Hello, Daddy folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review. And today, well, we're going to be taking a look at the 2023 Hooters Chevrolet Camaro, which is very reminiscent of the 2020 edition of the Hooters paint scheme for Elliott. Kind of that Midnight Owl effect. It is a brand new livery, much better than last year's, in my opinion. This one's a much better paint scheme. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get it out of the box. Alrighty, folks. Right out of the good old box. Even a little bit of a hair right there. That's always great. So, I'm going to get that off the diecast. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into this one. So, it has a very satin, kind of a matte sheen to it, which always looks really sleek on the dark colored cars. Really pops out there. Of course, pick this one up from our friends over there at Circle B Diecast. You can too. Use promo code Diecastbuffet, and you can save on shipping. Assuming this thing is still in stock, because this is an incredible looking paint scheme, guys. So much better than the 2022 edition. I don't know, but the 2022 edition, it just something was kind of off with the paint scheme. To me, this looks so much more proportioned. It just looks a whole lot better. So you get the 40th anniversary Hooters logo right there, with the night owl. You got the old school owl just chilling there. Go to the front of the car. You have this very thin blue stripe that goes across the headlights. It's a little bit wonky jaw right there. Got the orange number 9. You got kind of a zigzag stripe pattern. Definitely gives me some Bobby Labonte Interstate Batteries vibes. If you colored it green, red, and black, it would definitely look like an Interstate Batteries car. The stripes got the Sunoco decals on each side. Hendrick Motorsports right there on the front panel. So, on the left side of this car. And one thing I'm noticing about these 2023s is the wheel paint proportions. I don't know why, but the wheel paint just looks sharper for 2023. Like the outlining of the wheels, where it separates from the actual rim to the tire. I don't know why, it just looks very, very sharp. And I'm going to compare it again to another one. So this seems to be the standard wheel paint that they're doing for almost all the cars for 2023, at least early on. And it just, the wheel paint, I have to give them credit. I know this Illumar paint scheme is funky looking, but the wheel paint is incredible. It looks very, very, very sharp. And if you go back to the late Gen 6 era, some of their wheel paint design was really off. Like one wheel would be painted good, one would have barely any paint. It was never proportioned right, and that's something that bugs me so much. I'd rather paint my own wheels than have them factory made. But these look really, really good. Got to give them a lot of credit there. Now, looking at this paint scheme, one thing that bugged me about last year's car is the Hooters decal, or the owl being right there in the middle of the car. It just didn't flow well. But for whatever reason, it actually looks good on the Midnight Owl car. I don't know why, but it doesn't feel like a bumper sticker that's just thrown out there. It actually feels like a complete paint scheme. You have Goodyear Cup Series 75th anniversary. You got the number 9 with the orange and teal outlining. Got the Hooters Owl, 9 Owl Hooters. Coca-Cola University Illumar. Napa Auto Parts. You got this very, very difficult little stripe that goes across the A, B, and C pillars. And it's really, really cool. It has this zigzag tail that goes around the side windows. Very, very sharp. Got Chase Elliott, Kelly Blue Book, Valvoline, Chevrolet, Exalta, Cincinnati Industries, whatever the logo that is, whatever the biff it is, Hooters, Mac Tools, and Simeon's. Go to the back end of the car. You got Follow Me to Hooters. It's a shame he hasn't won in the Hooters paint scheme. He nearly won the 2020 Homestead race in the Midnight Owl car. Hamlin went on to win that, but it's been an interesting season thus far. At the halfway point at the time of this video, it's definitely been an interesting season. But I like when they do funny little things in the back of the car. I think that, it's like Dale Jarrett. What was his? Well, we want to race the truck, or what can Brown do for you? Just different little things they'll do in the back of the car. I think that's really cool. Got Camaro Z01. Go to the right side of this diecast, and I feel like the Hooters decal, the side logo that is a little bit more angled, and I think that's why I like this car more. Last year, I think it was flat, but this year it's more angled like that, and to me, it just looks so good, especially when you have a vertical zigzag stripe. These next-gen cars, what I'm noticing, the best liveries, the best designs have a sideways logo. It just fits the proportions of the car so much more compared to a very flat logo. And especially better than this, where they literally don't put nothing on the quarter panels. They complained for years, oh, we don't have enough advertisement space, and they don't even use it. Yeah, go figure. But yeah, to me, this is just a really, really well done paint scheme. I like it more in diecast form than I do on the racetrack. That's just for whatever reason. I think the logos might be larger on the 1/64 scale, so it takes up more room on the race car. But this is a really well put together diecast. And to add even more context to this, with the Authentics line being a roulette wheel nowadays, you never know if it's going to land on the PTC mold or is it going to land on the the EL mold, or it could land on the EL mold with the blurry decals. If you look at the 2022 Hooters car, it actually did get made in the EL mode for the Authentics line, but it had the blurry decals, which are horrendous. I highly recommend do not buying those. And my point is, if you're the collector that likes to wait and try to save a little bit of money with the Authentics line, well, they're not doing you any favors. So I would just recommend getting it in the Gold Series, calling it a day, instead of having to spend piles of gas money looking around, hoping your store restocks. Just get it in the Gold Series, save you the time. Time is money. You got Hooters right there on the roof, got Elliott. And this is a little interesting tidbit I noticed. Look at the Napa Auto Parts decal, how it has the white and the yellow. But on this one, it's actually different. They actually changed the color. They put blue instead of white, which is really cool. I like when the sponsors are willing to work with their color palette, so to speak, to make the paint scheme look better. They could have put a giant blue box behind the Napa Auto Parts decal to make it fit. That would have really stuck out in my opinion, but instead, they changed it. I like that. See, when sponsors are willing to work with the paint scheme, it just, you know, the associate sponsors, I really should say, it really, really makes this car pop. I'm digging it, man. I was kind of going to this diecast review. It's like, oh, it's just the Hooters car, but to me, it looks so much better in a 1/64 scale. Highly recommended, guys. And, you know, not to reiterate even more, but with the Authentics line being so inconsistent and the quality being the worst it has ever been since the mid-90s, I'm just saying, man, I would not want to be the guy who waits, like, oh, I'm just going to save a little bit of money. I'm gonna pick it up for $5, and then it's on the PTC mold, and looks like garbage. I'm just saying, man, this diecast looks beautiful. The way the wheel paint is, it is so sharp. The outlines of it, it just looks right. This is a beautiful looking diecast, guys. Probably would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Really, really good looking diecast. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And, well, hope to see you in the next diecast review. Diecast Buffet, signing off.